for about 9 years, and the whole digital environment all of a sudden was foisted upon me. 2 years, for lack of a better way to put it. I mean, I am a dinosaur. My computer at home is an Atari. It's just that simple. I've always been worried about them. I've done the minimal amount of things with computers to be able to function in the office and convince my boss that I really understand them. But past that, I still don't understand what a blog is. But I'm confident if I hang out with you guys, I'll figure it out. But about 2 years ago, Rand McNally education marched into the digital world, and we launched Rand McNally Classroom, which is a web-delivered subscriptions service delivering geography, history, and social studies content for K-12 schools. And I had to kind of figure it out, because if it's web-delivered, if I couldn't figure out how to turn the computer on and use the computer, I was never going to be able to see what my product was. But that said, I'm fortunate. I was blessed with management support of a great team, both in marketing and sales, and our marketing manager, Catherine Loffer, sitting at the table back there, and she's shaking her head, yes, you have a great team. But in truth, we had to learn how to do things we never did before. Train our sales force online, mesh that with the type of selling that they're used to doing, reach out to our customers online. You don't have to reach out to your customers online. Quite frankly, you're selling globes, which is what Rand McNally has done for years. All you need is a very round suitcase to carry them in, and you're pretty much all set. But we had to really figure out what digital sales and digital marketing was all about. We launched into it, and that's the genesis for the 6 or 7 remarks that we have down here on from Rand McNally on these 30 tips in 60 minutes. And last but not least, I don't know who wrote that beta that was put in there about me. It's pretty much all a lie.
Well, my name is Rosa-Mendoza, and I'm the information architect at Rosa+Wesley. We've been in business since 1986. We're a content development provider. We provide our clients access to customers. So what we do is try to focus on the Latino market and the African American market, and how to serve those markets through the digital marketing. So that's what we've been trying to do with publishers.
My name is Bo Clark, and I'm VP of Product Line Management for Follett Digital Resources, and I also have inherited the marketing department just actually the last few weeks. And Follett Digital Resources, as a subunit of Follett, has quite an extensive array of technology systems that are of value to publishers and to educators and several different segments of the market space. And so one of the things that we're trying to make a big shift on here just in the last few weeks is that Follett is a 135-year-old company that is known for distributing print materials, and not necessarily as well known in the area of technology. So we have a larger branding issue there to help change the mindset of some of our potential customers, that we do have a lot of technology, and we even have another technology division within the company that's also very successful in that area. But so our focus is very tactical over the next couple of weeks. We want, in essence, stop being so strategic in our thinking of marketing, and instead worry about how we create greater access to people being able to sample our products and actually see them, and stop talking so much about them and instead let them do it and take it for the test.
And like I said, my name is Tim Frick, and I have a small digital media company called me+mi, and we're 8 people on a good day, 6 or so on a bad day, or an off day. And we kind of come at things a little bit differently in that we're so small and malleable, and we don't do a lot of print work. We do some, but usually it's an enhancement to the digital work that we're doing for our clients. So we focus specifically on web, video, and flash solutions for our clients. And we started out a couple of years ago. We had a pretty crappy but kind of cool-looking website that was all flash and danced around and bounced and did all this kind of stuff. But we're getting about 2,000 hits a month on our site. And over the past couple of years, I've put some pretty aggressive efforts into marketing online and doing a lot of digital marketing type stuff. And we're now at 150,000 hits a month. And we've got a standards-based site. It's very search engine friendly. And if you put me+mi into the search engine or into the search field of anything, we get 4 or 5 pages worth of results. And it's actually ended up, making our business run very smoothly and very busy. And knock on wood, that's going to stay the same as we go through this fun economic times ahead. And So I've seen firsthand how this kind of, a lot of the digital marketing stuff can work and how it can help. And it is cheap. It is, a lot of these things that you can do are free. The only thing that it really requires is your time. And I pretty much at this point spend a good 2 to 3 hours a day on our online presence and what we do on all of the various sites that we have profiles on, what comes up when we're searching, and you know, just basically managing all of that and making sure that it's all saying the stuff that we want it to say, and updating our constituents. We have a lot of friends on various networks and profiles and stuff like that. So as far as, I think this is a good diverse group of the way we're going to approach things. And what I thought is we could go next down the line and talk about one of the tips specifically in our list here, and how we might be able to help the people in the room move forward as far as the marketing goes for the products.
Sure. Well, the first thing that I put down was something that's important. If you're involved in sales management or involved in marketing management, you're involved in training sales representatives. For us, because of another way of putting that is, how do you teach your old dogs using new tricks? Classically, when you train a sales force, you bring them in during the summer. You have all of your new products, be they textbooks or be they supplemental materials. You have them laid out. You have them for 3 days all to yourself. Hopefully, you have them all. You have all of them there. If you have a company sales force, sure they all show up. If you have an independent sales force, you have to cajole them to get them into the room. But nevertheless, you have them all there. You invest 16 to 24 hours talking to them about the products. Hopefully, deciding early on what the questions might be, pre-answering those questions, and sending them out the door, and not seeing them in some cases for the next 12 months. Hoping that they're doing a good job of selling your products, and you get the report card on that the following June, July, and August, when hopefully the orders come in. But that doesn't really work that well anymore, and we found at Rand McNally that particularly since we launched the online service, and we launched that in October, which was just a masterstroke of genius on the part of the director of the division, launch it after school had started and without any training. We put all of our sales force that year, we brought them in for a webinar. First one we ever did. We had to figure out how to do a webinar at that point. Went out and got ourselves a service like GoToMeeting to do it. Flogged them all into signing up for it, and trained them online. And we found that it worked. We found that when we started to do it, having one big training session wasn't going to work because 80% of the sales force couldn't make it that day. So we decided that we would have 4 different training sessions, and we tried to stagger them time-wise to try and deal with, if you will, with the time zones in the United States to make it a bit more convenient. I mean, we were having things initially. We thought we'd do it at 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, the West Coast people aren't going to be up for that one. So we staggered them around, brought them in. We found also that 4 of those didn't work. And we were going to need, if you will, a catch-up session for people either who absolutely refused to take training until their regional manager threatened them, with loss of their territory, or really had an excuse, such as something important like they were calling on customers. So we brought them in, pre-trained them on the product, so that we were able to send them out the door. 2 years ago this October on that online service, it gave them 2 months with a basic understanding of the product. And this can be done with a print product also, after which you pre-train them on webinar, and then you send the samples out to them. And then we bring people in for a January sales meeting. So they came to us with 2 months worth of experiences, be they good, bad, or indifferent in the field with the product based on what we told them in October. And we were able to capitalize on that in a face-to-face training session in a January